You want to stream Pokemon. Well, lucky for you, I've wasted a week of my life gathering some viewership stats. Before I get into that, though, let me go ahead and define a few things for you. First, when I say streaming, I'm referring to Twitch streaming only, not YouTube or Hitbox or one of those other services. But I mean, let's be honest. Who is streaming on Hitbox or YouTube anyway? When I say noon times, I'm referring to the times between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For evening, I'm referring to the times from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The category Shiny/Trading refers to the focus on the stream being any of the following: Wonder Trades, Shiny Hunting, Raffles, and Giveaways. The category Battling refers to the focus of the stream being any of the following: Battling in ORAS regardless of tier or style, battling on Pokemon Showdown regardless of tier or style. Casual play refers to the focus of the stream being any of the following: playthroughs of the Pokemon game regardless of version, this includes ROM hacks, any form of Nuzlocke challenge or other challenge-specific playthrough, or playthroughs of Pokemon Revolution. The other category refers to the focus of the stream being any of the following: streaming the TCGO, streaming news or updates of the Pokemon franchise, streaming unboxing or display of Pokemon trading card game, streaming Pokemon artistry, or any other focus of streaming that did not fit into any of the other defined categories. There is room for error in my data, as try as I may, I am not yet perfect. You'll notice 2 days lacking evening times. It's a school night and, well, #parenthood. My Shiny/Trading category could rightfully be argued into a split into solo Shiny and trading categories. I defend my decision stating that streams that hunted Shinies tended to have giveaways as well, but I can understand an argument against it. Certain streams could be argued into other categories than those placed in. Oslove does a variety, but the times I collected data, he was doing one specific thing at a time. Another stream, Pokemon Center, does showcase battles, but in a tiny window in a corner of the screen clearly out of the way. The majority of the stream space was advertising shiny Pokemon that he had. I put it in other because it was dipping into multiple bags, but an argument could be made against that. Maybe a week is too small a time to collect this data. I'd be open to that argument, but I would argue from frequenting the Pokemon channels on Twitch, this graph of mine follows how things generally go. Finally, I'm not a math guy. I prefer classes like English where I can bullshit a response to the professor and get an A. So I very well could have missed something. With all of that out of the way, let's get into this. First, I'd like to show you all what the overall graph looks like. As you can see, this encompasses the entire week, noon and evening times. The blue bar represents Shiny/Trading, orange battling, gray casual play, and yellow other. And in the words of Death Battle,
holy shit! Not even close!
the dominance of the Shiny Trading category completely shuts out the majority of other streams. However, there are 3 outliers. Noon of May 19th had the other category with a much stronger presence than the Shiny/Trading. On this day, when I collected the data, the stream Oslove was showing off some Pokemon cards. I watched it for about 10 minutes and it was largely, hey guys, look at my kick-ass pools and, I'll be back in a few minutes. But look at May 19th's evening data and it shifts back to Shiny/Trading because when collecting that data, that was the focus on Oslove's stream. The other 2 outliers are the weekend streams when the VGCs were on. VGCs completely took over Pokemon streaming, even having places on the Twitch spotlight. There isn't much the other streamers could do to compete with that, and on those days during the noontime frame, battling was the decisive favorite. So what does all of this tell us? Well, for starters, if you want to stream Pokemon, you better be hunting shinies or giving away free mons. No one seems to give a shit about casual play, though that's likely to change once new games are released. I kinda want to leave the other category to the side because there are so many things it can encompass, but we can safely say no one really cares about how good you are at the Pokemon TCGO. Battling has its spikes, but is largely bad for streaming. I have my own theories as to why. Right off the bat, in order to stream really good Pokemon footage, you need a capture card which costs pretty much a whole new system. So there's that barrier. Also, just me speaking from experience, no one wants to watch you play Pokemon. They want to watch themselves play Pokemon on stream. Other games can get a sizable audience from people climbing rating ladders. Pokemon? Not so much in my experience. People were constantly asking me if I was doing viewer battles, and many of the streams explicitly state they are engaging in viewer battles and tout being interactive. Which could honestly be the primary reason my streams on Twitch never got big. If I'm trying to buckle down and climb the ladder or get practice for a competition, I really don't want to play your shitty team of hack shinies in Smogon OU. As for why streams centered on shinies and trading are so popular in comparison, beats the fuck out of me. This really baffles me, because if you're watching someone shiny hunting, all you're doing is watching someone grind out the same Pokemon encounter until random chance says it's special. It's even worse when watching streamers soft resetting repeatedly to get a shiny legendary. I've seen grass growing in more interesting ways than shiny hunting. But anyway, if you look at Twitch as a whole, Pokemon has less than stellar viewership. Now, why is that? If you ask me, the problem is the game itself. Pokemon isn't that fun to watch. Think about watching another competitive game like Marvel or Overwatch. Those games are dynamic, there's motion, there's flair. Pokemon is like watching a chess match. Nothing against it, but the two things that make it at all exciting are when someone gets hacks that turns a game around, or someone brings in something you never thought you'd see, like a Pachirisu at Worlds. And that's all assuming you got some good commentators to hype it up. Look at it like this. You can do something in Pokemon, and it's kinda just...
Yeah, this is the one matchup that will come down to a weather war. Jody's probably going to have a preference between which one of the two he wants up, but without a competing weather here, he can afford to be a little bit more careful. Or he's a little bit less careful. Yeah. What he does need to be careful about is Gothitelle switching it at an inopportune time here, especially with a couple of choice Pokemon on his team. He's going to be really careful about what he lets it do.
We do see a Protect coming out from that Charizard immediately, but Moonblast from Gardevoir gets the super effective attack onto Tyranitar, but it is going to fire back with a Stone Edge, getting a whole lot of damage there. Rock Slide from Garchomp is going to be avoided by Charizard thanks to that Protect. Deal a little bit of damage to that Tyranitar, enough to put it into Moonblast KO range. Sandstorm not quite enough to get the KO onto Gardevoir there.
Whereas in Marvel or something, it's more along the lines of...
Oh my God, Justin Wong in top position right now. He killed the problem.
One character up, the positioning, corner of the screen. Justin getting asked for more. Gets the hit.
Oh my goodness. Come Wolverine.
He needs
Come
to meet
Wolverine.
her. Up. He's not going to get two off of this. He is going to get two. He didn't use...
Oh my goodness. He's still alive. Here comes Virgil.
Chris got away. Got away with one there.
Keep it locked down.
Wolverine Doom. I'm sorry, Virgil Doom, one of the most dangerous shells in the game.
Oh my God, here comes what the situation is. Nice X-Factor by Doom.
He wanted to avoid it, but he called his Doom. Missiles, the spoiler, rapid slash out of nowhere.
Oh man.
He's the first time we've seen that this whole set.
Oh, and T'Challa gets out of there. Oh, very fortunate day for Justin. He went for the legs again!
X Factor!
Oh my God, are we crowning a new champion here?
I think this might be it,
As the king returns, as the Marvel God has returned to his throne.
I think we're gonna see it. The return of the king!
I'm not even gonna knock it yet. I'm not even gonna, oh my!
One is just more exciting to watch. There also really aren't any great personalities to Pokemon either. And let's look beyond Twitch for this and delve into YouTube. Who really stands out? People bring up Verlisify and Shady Penguin, but I watch their streams and several others people tell me to, and I think, okay, it's a bunch of white guys with a camera and a capture card. Some just speak a bit faster than the others, and some have boobs. Verlisify, Shady Penguin, Aaron Zhang, Alex Ogloza, Jayowitz, Pimp Knight, Tamashi Hiroka, Oslove, Gaming Life Pokemon, Rocket Grunt AJ... I see all these channels and streams, and all I see are a bunch of interchangeable nerds. Now, don't get me wrong, that isn't to say I think they suck or I'm trying to downplay their success. Don't put words in my mouth. All I'm trying to say is, out of Pokemon streaming and YouTube community, there really aren't any donkeys or IFC yipes in this community. As I said, I think that's a problem with the game itself. It's very static. Watch Trick and you can see him run circles around people, spam taunt, make plays, and be his wacky self. Watch any Pokemon stream and you're pretty much watching a guy push a button targeting a slot. It lacks the flair. And unfortunately, there isn't much that can be done about that. A lot of the YouTube channels I mentioned aren't solely Pokemon channels. Sure, Pokemon may get a large chunk of the content, but I see Overwatch, League, and other games in specified playlists. But don't let that stop you. If anything, I want people to use this information in the video to their advantage. Try and create something amazing. I'm still trying myself. But be aware, it's an uphill battle with this game.
Ah!